Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Living Out Loud. So as some of you may know, Living Out Loud is a podcast for young people. So we try to bring in a lot of young people to have open conversations and filtered conversations, try and talk about the issues that we face as young people and how to maneuver through those different issues, challenges that are going on in our lives. So we are back again with another topic. So today I have two amazing young people joining us, and we're going to be talking about relationships and consent. So you know how as young people we are in these relationships, situationships, but there's a major thing, consent, that we always try to skip or not talk about. So today we are saying consent is not so obvious, it's not automatic just because you're in a relationship. So we're going to talk about it. What's so confusing about consent? What should you look out for, just to protect yourself or protect the other person? So my name is Rumbizai Mashabiro and I am the host. I am going to give our two amazing guests an opportunity to introduce themselves. Sean and Yusta, welcome. Please introduce yourself, tell us your names, where you're coming from, and even shout outs. I don't know, whatever you guys want to do.
Okay, morning everyone. I'm Mr. Makumana.
No shout outs.
Let's just leave there.
Okay. Just in case you're watching in the afternoon for you, Yusta. Yes.
Hi everyone, my name is Sean Sindiso Kiembo. Velanka.
Ngini gunga.
My side deal.
Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, today we want to discuss about relationships and consent. Don't worry, I'm not gonna ask you guys about your relationships, but just in broad, what do we understand about consent when it comes to relationship? What does it really mean? Consent. Sure.
Okay.
You start. Okay, go for it.
Okay, if we're talking about consent, it's more of a willing yes. And if you're going to change anytime, you can still say no later on. That's consent for me.
That's consent for you. So it's a willing yes. You talked about changing later on. Okay, Sean. You consent at really good relationship specifically.
Before I answer that, I love to always say our cool one about my relationships.
What are you trying to say? Saying expose.
Right. So to take on the question is, for me, consent. This video I came across it. Consent is tea. Yeah, we are finally tea. Njengokuthi kade sengubo ukuthi Rombi, do you want tea? Usufuna manje. Sense ithatha tea embuye ngikunikeza. Ungatshintsha ingqondo ngenxa ukuthi wathi uyayifuna, akumelanga uforce ukuthi uke wathi uyayifuna. So consent for me, it's something that can change along the line, but it has to be verbal and it has to be communicated.
I think I like the example of tea, yeah.
Because at the end of the day, ukuthi uvumile namuhla akuthi ukuthi uzavuma kusasa, akuthi usisebenzisa uyes wayizolo namuhla. So basically for me, I think consent is it's not constant. It changes. Yeah.
So what would you say that young people are getting wrong when it comes to consent in relationships? Exactly.
For me personally, I would put it as utilize uyes wayizolo ngimsebenzisa namuhla. Njengokuthi kathi suvumile I would use.
So does it mean every day fanele sithi yes, namuhla no, fanele ucele every day? And maybe just to get into the depths of it, lapha kucelwana consent.
when as the was utshela ukuthi kahle lapha sicelana.
Okay, so I think since we are in relationships, we are looking at the intimate relationships. So maybe sexual consent. So then now my question is that, like, where are we getting it wrong? And when we're also sitting, uyeswa izolo nguyeswa namuhla.
Hayi, anzange.
Oh, uyeswa izolo so yeswa namuhla. Okay, yes. So sensithi so kufanele sicele every day. Is that what you're saying? Or lapho esihlanganela nakhona?
Yes, you should. Since yesterday you said no, you should ask for today. Nasi, are we still on the same page? Yes, but then the problem I think is with us girls. Sometimes we feel like we shouldn't say yes to those things. Tongo.aite.
Yes, guys, like
why should he ask?
Gango, you can see I'm blinking.
Yes.
Like, can you not see? The way I'm blinking for you.
They're telling, I want it.
I want it. You can tell I am here. Where? All right. So yes, Sean, you want to say?
Now I'll use an example of some guys who used to be my friends. He had a room, so in his room keep a chair keep his stool wasifaka sitting room, so in his room kulombheda kuphela. So if someone comes through efike ehlala embhedeni endle ahlezi ngayo uqale ehleze khona inagcina ehleze eceleni, so yena use that as
Abafana.
Yeah, I'm
so disclaimer
No, just for us, siso. Don't tell umngane wakho. But I believe this is you.
no that's the two rooms vela bona room lami la phandle
Khonabo vela kanti every day bashona bekhona.
yima ngiqala uvuma ngiqina
Hayi Sean.
Ekuhlaleni kwakhe embhedeni utshengisela ukuthi okokuqala umntwana wenkazana ugezile. Wathatha ipental table abazali bakhe waligqoka wabesebuya wabuya wahlala embhedeni wagada umchova bambuza ukuthi usala ngawathi nisala lapha. Wadlula ama-bus stop onke wafika wayehlela i-bus stop waqonda endlini leya wadlula ama-room onke ahlala ngemnyango ahlala nge-sitting room ubuye wahlala embhedeni erumini yaba. So he takes that as a yes, but at the end of the day sesarealize ukuthi untombi okazange wavuma like verbally.
And I think also any mistake you would, like, who said a bedroom is specifically for that?
It's bed.
You can still do it in the sitting room.
Oh, you do it in the
No, I'm saying ukuthi maybe you got any misconception. Am I like, ukuthi umuntu engathi just because you're bedroom it means yes. It does not mean that. Maybe a bedroom is not only like for doing.
What's it for?
For sleeping.
Sleeping.
For what?
You've just answered.
Okay, so maybe what then would you say? What does consent look like in practice?
First of all, I would use the legal system of Zimbabwe. Intercommunicated verbally, we can use that against you. Intercommunicated yabhalwana phansi, we can use that. Interrecorded, we can use that against you. It's not circumstantial evidence. It's evidence that can be used against you in the court of law.
Okay.
So the moment mina ngkhulula ipaint, God forbid it happens.
Sean.
No, make an example of untombo. Nxa ngimkhulula mina ipaint evuma engayalanga ethule. Mina nxa ngimkhulula ethi so That's a yes.
That's not a yes. What it means? Like I'm not comfortable. It's a sign to say I'm not comfortable.
Encedisa.
Ngincedisa ke ngiyasukumela phela ukuthi like maybe this is my sign to say let's just stop what we are doing. Sengisukumela
ngisukumela
ngisiye emuva. Yes, uhlukhipha ipaint. It does not mean that I'm consenting. Okay, is consent both ways? Is it the guy's duty or the girl's duty as well? We're supposed to ask for consent.
Well, both of us should ask for consent, but we usually say it should be a guy asking for consent because we wait for the guy to say let's now do that.
But I think that's wrong to say umfana ngiyofuna izinto amankazi nabe engafuni. No, you can continue.
Well, girls believe maybe through the physical or touch, that's when you can then gain the feelings. No, but for a guy, maybe just seeing a guy sehlefuna. So yeah, through that.
Sean uyalana.
Speaking on behalf of friends.
Oh yes, I know you.
Okay, so maybe for someone, and someone can be confused as to school magatis, and you said when awusazange wabakli with consent in practice, and how does it look like? It's like we are in the moment right now. How do we go about it?
So for
Does it start by the door or it starts during the act?
So firstly, I'm a proud virgin. And, so whatever I'm going to say, I'm sourcing from different sources.
Sean, this is a safe space.
So I'd put it as so kwenzakele konke uvumile kwasekuqaleni then sokusenzakala senzakala the erect penis is now erect usefuna ukungena lapha ngena khona engene khiphe nxa isekhiphile untombo sesithi no ukuthi siqedise akusela consent.
Okay, so you're saying that consent can be withdrawn halfway.
Yes, midway.
Okay.
We can safely withdraw. Ukuthi wena my guy awabiswi, that doesn't matter because at the end of the day nxa isethe no sesikubala sithi statutory rape usifosezele useyalile. You understand? So during the act yena untombo nxa isefikile lapho fika khona mbe lapha ya khona esefikile umember engakafiki ebese yala umama.
But don't you think sometimes as women or as men they do it on purpose, which makes it so confusing? Maybe sabe sixabeni uyabona ngikucela imali ye-week and then you like ngizakunika and then later on sesithi angiselayo like I can't kumbe wena Sean ukhona kade ukufuna mina sawunika midway umuntu sesithi anisafuni. You see, I think that's where maybe also the confusion comes. Ukuthi maybe let's say you never know really when is someone saying yes and when is someone saying stop, like I don't want to do it anymore.
So the problem goes back to say ukuthi let's not work on assumptions. Ungasumi ukuthi umuntu u10 ngesikhathi uphezulu kwakhe kumbe uhleze empedeni umbuye lapha akusho ukuthi uyakunika. Maybe ubuye uzoxoxa ngoba akakwazi ilocation yokuxoxela ubuye ku sleeping room. Ukuthi ezoxoxela ku sleeping room egqoke imini skirt, that is not a yes.
Okay, yes.
No. That is not a yes. So that is not a yes.
Okay.
Even lo unolo anumzimba usithi uno mele uno ama gestures ekhuluma.
Unofana lezandla fanele sithe ngithi no lenyawo.
Stand your ground.
Okay.
And futhi ucommunicate prior ukuthi why are you here in the first place? Communicate telefonini ufunani
Netflix and chill. Netflix funa ukubukela ama movie.
Have you gone kuyafana lokubukela I'm not saying the names. So kulamanye ama movie asuggestayo, they are suggestive movies.
Okay.
At the end of the day nxa suggestive, I'm speaking on behalf of young people. So suggestive yet nxa sizama uinitiate that particular act umntwana ongumfana ngumntwana oyinkazana wena usuyala but uyilethe into suggestive so kusiba contrary to what's really on ground.
That's true.
My kind of movies.
But she doesn't want to, like, you know, to do it. I just enjoy watching those kind, just for entertainment.
Entertainment how?
Just to see how other people are doing it.
So to see how other people are doing.
Yes.
That information.
Just to see.
And you keep it for yourself.
Yes. So also you talked about suggestive movies or whatsoever, and maybe there are other things also that suggest or that end up putting emotional pressure, especially on young girls and even young boys. What do you think are some of those contributing factors that then contribute to young people, you know, it's gonna say emotional pressure and
hey, social media, mama. Social media.
Yeah, true.
We
couple goals, especially the couple goals.
We're living in an era whereby people are not building relationships; they are acting out relationships.
That's true.
Now people are very big actors. Got to see, umuntu amengenzela something I post on social media, but nxa ixabane lami I don't post that. So what happens behind the camera you don't
Like
see.
people always show us what they want us to
Yeah.
see.
Yes.
Yeah.
the
Nice
flash
part.
lifestyle. Ekuchengisa ama-green flag but go behind the camera akakho i-red flag kuyi-red carpet kuyi-red sky is the whole circus.
Ooh,
Understand?
okay.
So I'll put as social media pressure. People are now not building relationships, they are acting relationships.
That's
so
true.
the pressure of the when like you're saying Netflix and chill, who taught you that? Firstly,
Sabona kubo TikTok. Don't Netflix.
endlini they did not teach me how to kiss. But when often
But our mothers would kiss us.
no mntwana wenkaza.
Sean babe ngawukiss.
My sister, my mom was called home to build with the Lord 2008. I've never been.
May her soul rest in peace.
So who taught me how to kiss and what is the right way to kiss? Social media.
Who taught you how to kiss?
I don't know how to kiss.
Sean! Sean, you're lying. Why are you lying, Trodo?
Let's be real.
Bamlumile umlomo.
Bamlumila kathi umlomo ired ulunye umlomo. Okay.
Jaja.
And Yusta, what's your take on that one, on the emotional pressures?
Yes, I can still say social media. Because if my relationship vele siri kuthetha ama-couple goals, I'll feel like ayisi kutoyenda mberi. If we're not going out, I feel like vele why asiri kundiendesa pane kwaari kutoiendesa mari iyoyo. Just because social media it's telling us kuti going out with someone, doing my trends on TikTok,
That's the form of love.
Yes, that's
that's
love.
expression of
Yes.
love.
But
yeah.
then we've tend to the part of going to church, just meeting, going to the park and sitting. You can see to video kinds of kwenda park and inini
Kupark.
parki
Kungonotaura sati tiri kupark tichidya chetu.
that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So
That's true.
To add on that, even the name of your podcast is Living Out Loud. For who?
For us, young
Social
people.
media. So the relationship, we are trying to live them out loud, not for
Yeah.
us. That's why we're acting them.
That's very true. That's very true. I think also even, let's say for abantwana that are at school going age, I think also that's another way where like young people get these emotional pressures. Especially like Form 3. These days they start as early as Form 1. Form 1, Form 2, Form 3, ngahamba uzibani. And that might be a pressure like for the other young person to feel like I'm left out, I'm not doing what other young people are doing out there. And also talking about us as young people, you know how we like to have fun. Sean, I know you like having fun. You like to have fun, you like going out, Some people, they like drinking to that extent. And what would you say? Do you think it's easy to ask for consent or to give consent when you've been influenced by alcohol?
It's not easy. Anything can happen under the influence of alcohol.
Zvakawanda, yeah.
Zvakawanda. But yeah, I feel like maybe when going out as young people, you need to go with someone close, where they can be monitoring you. I know maybe I drink a lot, but Rumbi, she
can
drinks
look out for me.
For me, yes, I go with Rumbi every time. No, even if I do
Sean, why are you
something.
laughing?
No, Rumbi will look out for me. Whether I'm in self hands. Yes.
And saying that as well, and it's not always the case whereby you have a friend like Rumbi who will look out for you. Another friend, Yagufukela, like Anata, like what they say, they call it like they marinate you, like you marinate and you drink, and you can't ask or give consent, and let alone you can't even use protection. You can't use protection. You can't protect yourself. You have been raped, and who knows? Maybe you wake up, you have STIs. That sort of thing, which is very sad for young people. So, what would you say are some of the red flags for young people when it comes to consent?
I believe, if they ask you something, then they be like, "But you once did that for Sean.
For Sean.
Why aren't you doing that for me?" Already they aren't respecting your boundaries. That's where it starts.
And I think another red flag is someone who wants to take you to their house for a date.
Yes.
it's a red
First
flag.
meet up,
Dinganeni.
really.
Yeah, first meet up, come and see
Uyakuba,
me.
hey, come see me.
What's up? What are you wearing? What do you mean?
Yes,
60.
come wearing that dress.
Come wearing a dress.
Oh, walenza
And
njani?
then there's that meme. There's that one. I'm not come wearing a dress, but you walk out to any Range Rover, no time. And you're so yeah. Sean, tell us, what are some of the red flags? What are you saying in these DMs?
No, I'm not saying anything.
But what are your friends saying? What are the young people saying?
So the whole question goes back to say, why are you in that particular relationship in the first place? Ngeke u-expect ukuhlangana lo muntu. Ngeke expect ukuhlangana lo muntu eclubini. Ubusuhamba la endlini. Ubusucile bese sala. Ku-environment ohlangane la ikhona.
Why?
Maybe I'm just feeling
People,
low, or maybe something happened to
exactly.
me.
People
Stress
go
and
to
I
clubs
want
to
go
have fun, to
Tiko
refresh, you
Why
know.
would you then
Yes.
associate me with those kind of people in the bars just
Umbi-
because you saw me once?
uyakuhambe nakuthi angihambe eclubini. Wena
Sean.
uyakuhambe eclubini. Umkakhe ufike uthengele 6 pack ye Coca-Cola.
Umngami nyabe ngimcelelani Coca-Cola. He knows I don't drink Coca-Cola. I don't like Coke. Why would he be buying me Coke?
Yusta doesn't drink. Yusta uhambe eclubini.
But I do have a friend that we go with to the club and they don't drink alcohol. Uyanatha maminute major nathi Coke.
Ebhodle noma
Hey.
Yes.
Yeah, landed just the vibes, just to have fun, but they
just
don't
to have
drink.
fun in that environment. So it then goes to say ukuthi when the environment that you are in it's influencing to do for you to do certain stuff.
Okay.
So mina built a relationship with you ngihlangana lawo in that environment. The question goes back to say ukuthi the environment engithole kuwe, why am I in this relationship? What pushed me to say ukuthi this is my wahala. This is my ashawo. Understand?
This is my shower.
Part because you guys do go to the bar, but then you then expect to get someone who's going to church. You don't want to take the same person who has the same vibe with you.
With
Also
you.
goes
Why
to the
not
bar.
match? Match
Yes,
vibes.
I don't know. No, liyajajana because lapho into khona lidonsele nguwe esayidini lena and ngiyi-one, it's fine.
Okay, so maybe for someone who is listening, help them to look out for some of the red flags. And Sesikhulumile, you said to the bar, and I talked about someone who calls you out, you know, to their bedroom all of the time. And would you say a partner that is checking your phone all the time, does that link like to someone maybe who might end up forcing themselves on you or pushing you to do things that you don't want?
So firstly, a thief thinks everyone steals.
Okay, so
I
a
don't-
cheater.
I didn't say.
A cheater thinks. What are you saying?
I'm not saying anything. So if a thief thinks everyone steals, so the probabilities of them checking or looking or being a detective overnight, they expect there's something. Ikubona kade singathi asitshintsha namafoni for 5 seconds. Inhliziyo yakhe ezitshayela emazwaneni. Ngoba uyakwazi ukuthi you are doing something that's wrong. You are not in an open relationship. So you are not supposed to act like someone who's in an open relationship. Because at the end of the day, I came across this and it's according to research. Women give sex to get love, while men give love to get sex. Yikubona after majority of the men, after they've been intimate, uyathanda uninela untombo lwana kachana, but untombo is now clingy to that guy. Because semnikezile isex, sefuna uthando like a big, but remember senikezile uthando athole isex like a big, kasafuni lutho. That's how the guys have been attuned now in this Gen Z generation. Lately, I'm not part of this. Clock it.
But lina lithanda nalabo bani?
Injani?
Lithanda nalabo bani abaliphatha so. Okay, so I have a few, like, just in closing, to help someone who's listening, a few red flags. So I want you to tell me if you would say it's a red flag or not. And you said checking your partner's phone is a red flag. And what about it's not.
If I want you to check my phone, if we're comfortable with that, then it's
But what if
What's
someone
my
is
height?
sneaky? But it comes to a point where it's so good too much.
But into khona thina amafoni nethu sinama family secrets.
Sure.
No, I'm not hiding my phone. I said it's not a green flag to check you in. If you can have it, but
But you have family secrets that you're holding on to. What if I just Okay, that's fine.
ungangeni ku-family group ungangeni uboti ngo-aunt labo zibani bani-number zakho check uverify but there are some ma-messages thina silama-family patterns that we want to break silama-password lama-bank accounts lama-pin
I feel like with Sean we can go the whole day still about his family drama. What about posting relationship drama online? I've seen some people with being actually posting status and they posting Facebook.
no attention seeker leyo.
Is it a red flag or
It's
not?
not a red flag, red carpet, red
Sometimes
sky.
we cope different
We
ways.
cope differently as
Cope in
people.
Usitshengisela nge-social media.
But also it is a disadvantage. Umuntu yena uyagcina seposta like those pictures that you are sharing without your consent and then they post them.
I once there was this relationship seminar that I attended. Babe premarital what session. Bamtshela ukuthi khona nxa umkakho esenza a particular thing awuhambe banganini bakho uyemcebela because mzwana sumxolele your friends know that particular thing that you once told them ngakho so wena sumbone tshintshile but abangani bakho they have this notion ngaye because wabatshela ngesikhathi usase so there are some things that you don't share
Yeah.
You should just keep it
ngenxa
to
yokuthi you
yourself.
are angry
But what doesn't that bottle things up?
Yes, it bothers.
kulama spaces okukhuluma kiwo
Like which ones?
kule church is receptive kulabo contact kulabo MMPs yethi the different organizations aba offer counseling
Yeah, maybe also
ungasitshengisi
young
ku
people
social
maybe
media
don't know those spaces. That's another thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe as we round up, as we are closing, and what advice would you then give to a young person today when it comes to consent and ignoring red flags, and also the services that are available for young people and where they can get them?
Well, I can say you should always look out. If someone doesn't respect your boundaries, that's a no. You should leave early. That's a total red flag.
Okay.
so for me I would say nxa ungakwazi ukuthi udinga no relationship don't be in that relationship in the first place and the moment someone crosses a boundary usuxola the first time just know ukuthi into azayiphinda ukuthi usebenzisa that particular thing uyisebenzise move the fact that umxolele kathi is going to repeat that particular thing but ama-chances angikhona they are 50-50 at the end of the day we are all going through something wena nxa wakabi ne-self love ungadinga omunye umuntu ukuthi ebuye ezocompliment uthando lwakho wena ukwanisa ukuzithanda ngiyakuthanda njani mina
Wow, that's a big one. All right, so I think in closing, what I've learned like from this session is that consent is a willing yes, and it can be withdrawn halfway. You know, like tea, you can say I want it, but later on say I no longer want this tea and choose not to drink it. So to the people that are watching, we are saying that healthy relationships come with open communication, respect, and boundaries, and also understanding each other's consent, be it sexual consent, be it releasing information or whatsoever. So we are saying in your relationships that you have, openly talk about consent, openly talk about what you want to do and what you do not want to do, and do not be pressurized to do something just because maybe your friends are doing it or your peers are doing it. Always do what is right with you and what aligns with your values. So in closing, thank you so much, Sean. Thank you so much, Yusta. It was nice having you guys. I really enjoyed. For Ushon, who was speaking on behalf of young people and not for his own his own point of view. Thank you so much. So shout out to all the people that are always liking our videos and always commenting. We appreciate you. We love you so much. And shout out to my man. And I'm not ashamed to say that. Initials. No, ngalibone mina selibone yena. So please don't forget to like, to comment, and to subscribe. Sean and Yusta, you can shout out to whoever you want to shout out to.
usemhlabeni la uthi wena ulela kuthi ukuthi yena ulele.
Okay, big shout out to my mom, my little sis, my little brothers. And everyone who knows me.
And everyone knows.
Shout out to my beautiful wife.
Okay. Okay, clock it.
Clock it.
Bye.